where's your push to talk key?
One of my mouse buttons.
So you switched it over to another evil.
Really?
Yeah. Can you hold your mouse up for us? Show me how you normally hold your mouse.
I hold it like this.
So you're underneath the mouse buttons, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and this is how you normally aim. Now what I want you to do is pretend you're talking while you're gunfighting. Move your thumb up to that button. Has your grip changed?
Weird. I mean, not really.
Yes, it has. It's not really. There's no like degrees here. Hold the mouse up. Has it changed?
Yes.
Is it possible that you have not trained your aim holding your mouse this way?
Yes. Very.
Yeah. So is it possible that you'll have less consistent results because of that?
That's valid.
Okay, now let's take it to the next level. You hold your mouse a certain way. Hold your mouse back up. Think about how hard you're gripping onto your mouse right now. I want you to pretend you're pushing to talk. Press the button down. Has the grip changed even more?
Yeah.
Is it possible your aim is going to be inconsistent?
Yes, it is.
Do you want free coaching? Well, now you can. My coaching is absolutely free at my Discord. Here you'll find an inclusive community full of awesome people wanting to improve just like you. Simply join, submit a VOD following our submission guidelines, and voila, you're in the queue. But how am I making this possible? Well, that's thanks to the generous Patreon supporters just like you. Tier 3 Patreon supporters get access to exclusive 10-mans, pro VOD reviews, and a private draw for coaching on top of increased odds for the main draw of coaching. What are you waiting for? Join up today. With the Fade Trail here, knowing it's a 2v1 situation, what you need to do is just fight this one out. If you're the peeker and you have information, you will probably win that fight. It's like 75% in your favor. Because when you peek out on someone quickly, it takes time for the server to send that information to their screen. So you're actually invisible to them for a fraction of a couple seconds before they actually can shoot back at you. Okay. Whereas if you take your time and you back out and you let him peek into you, he's gonna have the advantage. That's gonna shoot your confidence down like crazy because you're gonna get fragged so many times. You're gonna be like, why isn't this game working for me? You're gonna be questioning yourself. So if you're the first person, I've asked
that a couple times.
Yeah, trust me, we've all been there. We've all been there. We've all asked that question. You can take space here if you want. I want you to be more free to take space. Don't be afraid of this.
And nobody expects anything here, right?
Yeah, no, and they shouldn't. And if someone gives you shit for the play that you make, you immediately mute them because I told you otherwise.
Yeah.
These fucking silvers have no clue what they're talking about. When you're playing in an eco round, there is zero risk for you to make a play. Imagine if you went and flanked right now. I want you to look at their comp. What are they weak with?
They don't have any flank control.
Yeah, they don't have a sentinel. Well, guess what? There's no risk because you're on eco. And here's the thing. It's better to do it now because if you do it now, even if you fail, they know you're going to do it in the future. And what we do there is we condition. When you condition the enemy team to think a certain way, they're now going to be weak on that the entire game. So this is the perfect time to do it because then the entire game, they're going to be worried that you're going to do it. So their attacks are going to be weaker. They're going to be slower, everything. That's value. That kind of isn't covered in stats, but that's what wins games.
Guys,
how do you know to peek out like that with such gusto and shoot you in the head?
I was shooting the dog.
You were shooting the dog, so you gave sound away, but what else? Path to victory is through the eyes of the opponent. What does the dog have?
He's got eyes.
He's got a line of sight. That means they can see you on the mini-map. So they know exactly where you're going to be. They've also cleared out everything in front. They cleared out everything to the side. So now Mr. Yor over here is feeling utmost confidence to swing out right here and shoot at you. We got to think about how do they see us and perceive us. So as soon as you separate yourself from you and think about from them, the game becomes very easy because now you're thinking about all the times that you've played in their position. You're like, I don't want to do this because it feels like this. And you want to do this because it feels like this. Why do you think this fight didn't go well?
I mean, I was ADS standing still.
Remember, what did I say about eyes, right? Eyes of the opponent. We talked about at the beginning of the VOD. When someone swings out on you, do they have an advantage or disadvantage?
They have the advantage.
Exactly. Okay, so she's swinging on you. That's one advantage. If you were her, eyes of the opponent is where victory is. Where would you be crosshair placing if you're coming out here?
I mean, directly where I'm standing.
Correct.
Much. Just straight there.
You would start here, and then you would move across as you're coming across. Crosshair placing this whole area. You are right in the line of sight of the next most common area where Raze is going to be. So she is going to be aiming head level right at you. So immediately on a peak like this, it's going to look instantaneous death when you're on this position. Where the real problem came from was where you decided to stand in the beginning. So this is obviously a pathing we cannot do because when you throw it out, the timing does not allow for you to go to a spot where you're safe, right? Instead, you're standing now on this on angle. And this will help you understanding what is an on and off angle just by thinking about where would I place my crosshair if I was the Reyna in the situation. Check the corner first, check the corner first, check the corner, check. Yeah, in the corner.
God.
What else could you have done to be able to clear out this area? Starts right here.
I mean, I could have thrown my dog in that side.
You go Prowler and you clear out this entire area like this. Now you know this entire section is safe. So when you're coming in, your back is to it and you're looking this way. In order to retake, you're trying to section off and eliminate sections of the bomb for where the threat could be. And then you're able, through a process of elimination, generate the idea of where they could be after that. So 1, 2, 3, this line of sight here. And then finally here.
Right. Going eye.
Bro, shoot.
Reyna, bro, run C.
Spike down.
Just pick one and fight. But what's happening here is you're falling into something called the gray area protocol. Gray area protocol is a protocol I used to deal with where I was struggling with indecision. Right? I had a mindset of what I wanted to do, but then I kept changing my mind midway through the round. I want you to watch this round back. Let's see how many times we change our mind on what we're gonna do.
Okay,
So it looks like you want to push up towards C with this Prowler. You're gonna help your team out. And you're starting to move forward. And now you change your mind. First one.
Going eye.
Bro, shoot.
Reyna, bro, run C.
Change your mind. 2. Gonna go fight these guys now. Change your mind. 3, 4. If your original decision was to throw Prowler up here and fight C, I want you to stick with it and let the chips fall where they may. If you continue to change your mind, then you're presented with a million different options of things that you could have done. I'm gonna draw a nice little sun, okay? It's a happy face sun. And all of these rays are different options that you have.
Right.
If you just stick with one, when you're VOD reviewing, it's a lot easier for you to be like, okay, that didn't work because of this and this. But if you're staying in the middle of happy land, in the middle of the sun with all these different options, now you're like, oh, shit, what should I have done? I now have a million different options I could have gone with, and I don't really know which one was the best one. Whereas now it's like if you stick to this one, you're like, okay, that didn't work because of this and this, and now my learning comes into play. When you start a round off, I want you to think about what's your plan, and then execute that plan. Visualize it, execute that plan. Rounds are won and lost in buy phase. You have 2 she knows you're there. Oh.
35.
As soon as she knows you're there, you back off to the right. So fall back off to the right, get behind natural cover because she's going to peek into you. You get behind cover, she runs out into the open, then you swing out while she's in the open. And you can open up with a crouch peek if you want to throw off crosshair placement.
You are now listening to Strawberry Station.